Hello and welcome to Annie the Miracle. It's a game that I made and I just want you to show it and I want to get some get some feedback. Oh, sorry. Get some feedback about the game and if you guys like it or not. Now, if you remember, I made a video about I'm learning how to code games, which I typed out because my mic didn't work back then when I made that video. That I wanted to make games and I really loved coding. Even though it was hard for me to learn at first, like super hard. I didn't know I understand a single thing I was doing. But I follow this course which is paid on Udemy. It's the most popular Udemy course. So, and I learned how to make a text-based game that you can interact with, which is amazing. And I love it to death. And I want to make games around that idea. Because that's a really simple idea, but that simple idea can turn into a big thing. Big network of games that I can make. So, the game that I made is Annie the Miracle, which is in beta, as you can see up there. And here's a warning saying this is my first game, don't expect much, I'm still learning how to read, and this came to mind. But it's a text-based game, expect reading. Which is kind of a warning. You should expect reading. Now, I will learn how to make a start screen and click start. And it'll be like a sound when you click start. It's going to be amazing, trust me. I add background music once I learn how to do it. I'm still learning. I'm still in the course. I'm not done with the course. The course goes on to show you how to make a first-person shooter, like a survival thing and 3D stuff. But I want to work with this. This is very simple. I can do it fast, and it actually can become a really big thing. So, as you can see, there's a text explaining what's happening, and you have to react. So, you're walking down a very muddy, wet, dirty pathway to your wood cabin in the woods. It starts raining a little, but it picks up. You hear thunder. After about 5 minutes, you hear a strange sound. You can either L, look in that direction, G to go to the sound, and R to run away from the sound. I'm gonna just go ahead and click G to go to the sound. You get too close to the bush, and a black figure leaps at you and bites your arm. It should be bite, so it says bits. You try and run, but it's too late. The creature clawed at your back. You try screaming for help, but the creature bit and broke your jaw. You are dead. You have failed. Refresh or relaunch the game to retry. I will have to make, once again, make a start menu. I will make a retry menu instead of a quit. Well, maybe a quit and a retry menu. So, for now, I have to hit quit, relaunch, and then you can go through it again. Which sucks. But if you really want the game that bad, then that's how you do it. Alright, so that's just a one-way stop to getting killed. Alright, that's just a no-no. So what if you click L? Well, you go closer and you see a black figure. The figure moved. It's alive. You can either L to look closer. Sorry about that. That was my aunt moving me and telling me I had to be more quiet. Alright, so you go closer and see a black figure. The figure move. It's alive. You can either L to look closer and R to 1. And here's the thing is, when you press those keys, it works. So let's look closer. As you get closer, you saw it was a wolf feeding off a carcass of a pig your uncle and aunt owned. P to try to pet and R to run away. Let's go ahead and pet this thing. As you move your hand to pet it, it snaps your index finger right off. You start screaming, then the wolf will lunge at you, killing you instantly. The wolf starts feeding off your carcass now. You have failed the game. Refresh or relaunch the game to restart. Sorry about all this restarting stuff. I'm trying to show you every element of the game, so you can get a feel of what I want to make and what I can make as far as making a game goes. So we're going to go do the same thing, L, but this time we're going to run away. We see a black figure. What would you do? You'd run away, of course. As you're running, you make a lot of noise. Out of the shadows, Uncle Andrew appears. You say there was a black figure somewhere down the road. He said to not worry about it. He said he was looking for you. He turned around and headed back to the cabin. S to stay and listen, F to follow Uncle Andrew. Now, if you press S or F, nothing happens. That's because I didn't make anything for this yet. Which, if you really want this game to be full, I will. Like I said, this is only in beta, not all this stuff is finished. So that's everything in the look. Now it's time for the run. Okay, so you hear a noise and you run. You start running and you make a lot of noise while doing it, but nothing is chasing you. You start to stop running after you see a big, tall man with a shotgun. At first you did not know who he was, but when he got out of the shadows, he was your uncle, Uncle Andrew. He says what's wrong. You say there's a thing back there, and that you heard something scary. Uncle Andrew takes you to the cabin, and you meet Aunt Brittany. You two talk. T to keep talking, C to check out the cabin, or to go back outside. I did program the T, which, if you keep talking, you and your aunt talk about the old stories about this place. As you and Aunt Brittany were talking out the corner of your eye, you see Uncle Andrew leave the cabin with his shotgun. You really didn't want to go outside, but the conversation between you and Aunt Brittany was getting boring. T to go outside with Uncle Andrew, or T to keep talking. None of that works. And I believe, I'm going to go through with the entire thing again. I believe that's everything I coded in. So, run away, see, check out the cabin, no, go back outside. Yeah, doesn't work. So that's everything that I coded in thus far. So I'm going to take you back to the start menu. If you do want this entire game to be finished, and there are going to be multiple stories, multiple endings of the story, multiple ways to die, please leave in the comments below if you really want this to become a fully fledged out game. And if you really want it, please tell me how to do it in the comments below, on how to actually upload this. If you really want it, I will put once I figure out how to do it, I will put a Dropbox or AdFly link or something wherever I made it to. Make sure, like I said, this is in Unity. This is all made in Unity, so make sure you put it exactly step by step. And if it works and I have the game and I download it myself and I test it out before I send you guys it, I'll send all you guys a link in the description below to the link where you can go and get this beta game. Now, once it goes into alpha, which by alpha, hopefully I'll have at least one win, and of course I will warn you which scripts are there's scripts not finished and all that stuff before you go ahead and download it. Because like I said, do not expect this thing to be okay, I'm just going to go ahead and try and win this game, you know what I mean? No, it's not going to work. I don't have every single script in, and there's really no way to win this game. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoy the game. Hope this will become a really good game. I feel like this kind of design of how my games are going to be is going to be a really good idea. It can go with a lot of stuff. Like, let's say you want a Harry Potter game. Well, first, I could use some writers. Now, the thing, I can do all the programming, and if it's a pretty big project, then I can use another programmer. If you know how to use Unity, you know how to use, if you press a certain key, you go to the next thing. And if you know how to make it to where you can make a start menu, because I know how to make a start menu, it's pretty easy, but I wanted, when it switches, to switch to this, you know what I mean? I don't know how to do that. Like making multiple scenes and then making that scene, you know what I mean? It's kind of it's, I think. Also, I could use a designer, like a title designer maybe. And of course writers, which is going to write down the story. I wrote down the story myself, but writers can be very useful because it's pretty time consuming thinking up of a story. And plus, I did all this on the fly. I made up a story as I went, which is a very bad idea. But like I said, this game, I'm not planning on releasing it unless you guys really want it. So, I just want to put that out there. If any of you guys know how to code, you can help me code on big projects. For now, I want to be my single coder. Since I'm learning how to code, I want to be the only coder this far. Because then you guys be talking like, oh yeah, I do, and I'd be like, what are you talking about? I don't know how to do that yet. Or I don't even know how to do that, period. So I want to stick to my level of understanding, which is a very basic level of C#. I am using C#, by the way. Not JavaScript, none of that. C#. Very basic level of C#. But I am not a good artist. I can probably make a very basic title. Um, and writer, I can definitely write a story, but like I said, the games, if of course this idea is good and you guys want it, the games will be really like in between each game. It's gonna be a lot of weights because I have to write down the story myself. Then I gotta code the story myself. But if I have a writer, then I don't have to think. Okay, so I gotta figure out how to code this and this and this and this and like in my brain, which is a very small brain. I'm not very smart besides certain things. Um, in my brain, I think it'll be faster if I have a writer, a person that would make the title look good, maybe some pictures, maybe a guy who can teach me how to actually add sound, like link me to a video on YouTube, or I can try and find a video in my course I'm using. So go and find this thing. What else? Yeah. By the way, this is what I'm using. I don't know how, I want to figure out how to like get all this stuff. Like I don't know if I need all this stuff. I probably do. I don't know how to make it into one giant file. Like maybe I can just create a new folder up here and name any of the miracle and just drag and drop all these things. I don't know how Dropbox and AirFly works, but you know, or how Steam. Because if this stuff becomes on like a Steam thing, I don't know how Steam works. Do you just need the .exe or do you need all this? You know what I mean? It's just gonna be really complicated. But without further ado, hope you enjoyed this video for like the fifth time. I really need some help on this, guys, and I feel that this project could become a big thing. And it's a very small download. There's nothing much in it. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.